Well, hello, I'm Misheard with Misheard Song Lyrics Podcast. We're in Season 6, Episode 283, and the Misheard Song Lyric is, "Here comes the hot stepper, word her up, I'm the lyrical cancer, word her up." And the correct lyrics is, "Here comes the hot stepper, murderer, I'm the lyrical gangster, murderer." You guessed it. It's a Misheard Song Lyric, first ever, with Ini Kamoze. And the song is Here Comes the Hot Stepper. So let's begin. This song was co-written and recorded by Jamaican dancehall artist Ini Kamoze and was released in 1994. Wow, 31 years ago now? Yeah. By Columbia Records as the lead single from his 1995 album of the same name, as well as the soundtrack to the film Pret-a-Porter. And we'll talk about that more. So let's talk about dancehall, because it's the first time I've ever heard genre of music. So it's a genre of Jamaican popular music that originated in the late 1970s. Initially, dancehall was a more sparse version of reggae than the root style, which has dominated much of the 1970s. It wasn't until the 1980s when the style was officially named, when the two words dance and hall, the common venue, were joined to make one word, dancehall, for the first time staged and promoted on an international scale. And in the time, digital instrumentation became more prevalent, changing the sound considerably, with digital dancehall, or raga, became increasingly characterized by faster rhythms. The key elements of dancehall music include its extensive use of what they call Jamaican patois rather than the Jamaican standard English, and a focus on the track instruments or rhythms. What is a patois? It's spelled P-A-T-O-I-S. It's a non-standard dialect, language, or speech that is characterized of a specific group of people. It can also refer to a regional form of language, especially French. So it uses the Jamaican patois. Dancehall saw its mainstream success in Jamaica in the 1980s, and by the 1990s, it became increasingly popular in Jamaican diaspora communities, what they say. And in 2000, dancehall experienced worldwide mainstream success, and by the 2010s, it began to heavily influence the work of established Western artists and producers, which has helped to further bring the genre into the Western music mainstream. So there you go on dancehall. Now, the song from Kamoze's that we're talking about today is the only song of his to reach the top 40 on the U.S. Billboard Hot 100, peaking atop the chart back in December 17, 1994, and remaining there for 2 weeks. No surprise, it became number one also in Denmark, New Zealand, Zimbabwe, and a top 10 hit in 13 other countries. And apparently an Irish DJ by the name of John Gibbons made a remix of the song in 2018. So let's talk about who Ini Kamoze is. He was born Cecil Campbell back on October 9th, 1957. Jamaican reggae artist who began his career in the early 1980s and rose to prominence, obviously, with his signature song that we're talking about today, Here Comes the Hot Stepper. So again, the misheard song lyric is lyrical cancer. It really is lyrical gangsta. And then the middle part where he's saying murderer, murderer, it sounds like he's also saying word her up. So a couple of misheard song lyrics just from this song alone. Okay, so more about Ini. So he founded his own label, which is amazing, releasing the compilation album Selectra Showcase, which featured a popular Kamoze single titled Stress. 4 years later, he released the next album, 16 Vibes of Ini Kamoze. And in 1994, he released the song we're talking about today, which became his big hit, Here Comes the Hot Stepper. But did you know his name actually means Mountain of the True God? That's beautiful. And according to songfacts.com, this Party Starter is the only hit, like I said, for this singer, Ini. And what is the hot stepper? What does that mean? It's also his nickname. It's a Jamaican term for a man on the run from the law. Kamoze, though, is a lyrical gangster committing metaphorical murder, unlike the American gangster rappers whose bars were more literal and menacing. In this context, it says here on the site that the song comes off as a fun and uplifting. It's hard to be scared of a man who rhymes extraordinary with strawberry. I agree. So back to the song. The song was originally recorded with Philip Fatis Burrell and later remixed by Salam Remy, and initially featured on a reggae music compilation called Stir It Up, released on the Epic label. Here Comes the Hot Stepper was not an entirely new composition, having roots in the song from the song Land of 1,000 Dances. So you know that part where it's na 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 na, that chorus inspired by the Cannibal and the Headhunters version of the Land of 1,000 Dances, which was a #1 R&B hit for Wilson Pickett back in 1966 and was first recorded by Chris Kenner in 1962 and then reprised in 1963 by Fats Domino. Wow, did not know that. And then the remix version of the track also incorporates the bass line from a Ta'ana Garden's 1981 single, Heartbeat. Lots of connections. The song also appeared, I mentioned earlier, on the soundtrack to this movie. It's a fashion industry satire movie called Pret-a-Porter, which means ready to wear. It was released in the United States as ready to wear, and then in parentheses, Pret-a-Porter. It's a 1994 American satirical comedy drama film co-written, directed, and produced by Robert Altman, and shot on location during the Paris Fashion Week with the host of international stars, models, and designers. So the film has a very big ensemble cast, including, Sophia Loren, Kim Basinger, Stephen Ray, Lauren Bacall, Julia Roberts, Tim Robbins, Lily Taylor, Sally Kellerman, to name a few. And in the United States, the film was actually released on Christmas time, so December 25th, 1994, under the title Ready to Wear, in parentheses, Pret-a-Porter. The original title was used in other countries. And what happened was Robert Altman actually was inspired to make this film after accompanying his wife Catherine to a Sonia Rykiel fashion show in Paris in 1984. He said, quote unquote, "I couldn't believe what I saw. It was such a circus. It was too theatrical not to want to film," Altman said in a 1994 interview. For research in the fall of 1993, Altman attended several fashion shows, including one of Issey Miyake, Yohji Yamamoto, Jean-Paul Gaultier, and Yves Saint Laurent. I hope I said those right. The film originally had a budget of 10 to 12 million. However, the final cost was about 18 to 20 million. It was shot in, like I said, the 1994 spring-summer season of the Paris Fashion Week. And the film was actually rated R by the Motion Picture Association of America, or MPAA. However, following an advertisement by Columbia Records for the soundtrack album featuring a naked Helena Christensen, so a beautiful model, in the New York Times, which also said, "See the movie," the MPAA threatened to rescind its rating unless the company agreed not to use the image advertising film, which they did, because they wanted to keep that rated R rating. All right, so back to the song, Here Comes the Hotstepper. It still remains Kamoze's only #1 hit in the U.S., and the success of the single actually sparked an intense bidding war with several major labels hoping to sign him. He ended up signing a 7-album deal with Elektra Records in November 1994. And his career after this high water mark featured the compilation album Here Comes the Hotstepper, which was released in 1995, the next year, by Columbia Records against Kamoze's wishes, around the same time as his first album for Elektra, Lyrical Gangster, came out. And both the rhythm known as World Jam and the hook of Damian Marley's 2005 hit Welcome to Jamrock was sampled from Kamoze's 1984 track World of Music. And then the opening line, Out in the Streets, they call it Murder, and it's spelled M-E-R-T-H-E-R, has been sampled in countless drum and bass and dubstep tracks. So it's an amalgamation of many other songs. Have you seen the music video? Yeah, it was released, or actually uploaded, on YouTube back on June 29, 2010. So it's going to hit its 15-year mark. It's at a good pace, 36 million views. I'm part of that. There was actually 2 music videos made for the song. The remix version used various scenes from the film Pret-a-Porter, so there's that version. But the one on YouTube that I'm talking about at the 36 million mark, that one has the artist himself in his full glory in a khaki outfit with some beautiful ladies here and there. And you got some dancing, you got some money being burned. You got to watch it. It's its own genre in itself. So now you know more about the song, about the singer, and I'm going to say it again, Ini Kamoze, and how he was sought after with many different music companies because of this song. So again, it's not about a lyrical cancer, it's about a lyrical gangster. If you have any great suggestions like this misheard song lyric like this, send it to my Facebook, Instagram site at Misheard Song Lyrics, or you can just send me a good old-fashioned email at misheard, that's MISSHEARD songs @gmail.com. Till then, keep singing the songs wrong. Bye.